Sportin Wales podcast.
Supported by DragonBet,
Your go-to for Welsh sports news and views.
Hello and welcome to the Sportin Wales podcast, sponsored by DragonBet and co-founded by Alex Cuthbert and Gareth Anscombe. I'm Geraint Hardy and I'm here to keep the guests in check as we look forward to the Sportin Wales week. Please remember to click follow and thanks for listening to this podcast. And in the studio this week, we have an Ospreys themed collective. We've got Alex Cuthbert and James Hook. Huge welcome to you both. But first, we're going to go to James Hook. First time on the pod. Welcome, mate.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me. How's things?
Yes, good. Do you have a good weekend?
Not bad. Yeah, I saw rugby Saturday and Sunday. I coached Swansea. We played Neath on Saturday, so we beat Neath in St Helens. And then Sunday, my eldest boy, had a cup final against Bonnie Mines. So, yeah, full weekend of rugby.
I'm sensing, because you kind of didn't go on to say cup final and a victory. Did they lose?
We did win, actually.
Oh, give him a shout out then, come on.
Yeah, no, they won. They beat Bonnie Mines by 40 points, I think it was. So it was a good win. I'm living my life through my boys now in rugby.
Yeah, it's interesting this. I mean, Alex, you're not quite there with your kids yet, but I've got a boy who's 8, 9, do you know what I mean? And I'm pushing him to every sport going. Is your boy a fly half like yourself?
Of course he is, isn't it? Of course he is. And a goal kicker. Yeah,
there you go. So is he, be honest now, better than you were at this age than you were?
No chance.
Mate, word on the grapevine, he's very good.
No,
is it really? Yeah,
he can kick a ball, and Hooky was known for kicking.
He can kick better than me. Yeah, he can kick better than me.
I'm hearing whispers he's very good. So that's from other lads.
Yeah, it's hard for him to say, innit? My boy's amazing at rugby kind of thing.
Nah, he'd back him, wouldn't he? I'm sure he would.
What about you, Al? With your kids, you're going to push him into sport as well?
Yeah, flat out. No, just I guess my boy plays tennis. He's only 3, nearly 4, so plays football, tennis. And my partner Sarah, she plays a lot of basketball, so he's quite a keen interest in that really, which is a bit different, obviously in Wales. So I guess whatever he wants to do, but at this age, mate, you know what they're like. They just want to just run around everywhere, and just trying to be involved as much as possible.
Yeah. What about balls in the house? Is that a rule? Are you allowed footballs, rugby balls in the house, in your house, James?
Yeah, well, we try and set that rule, but it don't work, though. It don't work. The amount of ornaments and things get smashed regular is, all the time.
Yeah, I remember when my dad sold the house we lived in with him, and he went to underneath my childhood bed and he found loads of smashed vases and ornaments, and he was like, what are all these? And I was like, they've been there for like 15 years. I broke them when I was 10 or whatever, do you know what I mean? One of them. But Alex, we've got to say belated happy birthday to you as well, because since you were last on the pod, you've had a birthday. Did you celebrate? Did you do anything?
Yeah, it was a pretty good celebration actually. I had a train up to London and I had an operation the next day, so pretty much that. No, it was awful, to be fair. But no, it's just one of those things, bad timing. But it is what it is. I got a couple of nice presents from the kids, some slippers for when I woke up from the operation put on, and that's about it, really.
But I suppose
34 now, is it? 34?
34, yeah. Getting on seems a lifetime ago, and yeah. So, but it was a bit different with the kids, and they were giving me my presents and then wanting to open them all themselves, to be fair, before me. So long are the days where I actually got excited about a birthday.
But you did then, obviously, after the operation, you get to stay in bed for a few days and kind of milk that moment, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I have. I'm not going to lie. I feel quite bad, actually, how good my week was last week in terms of I was pretty obviously messed up from the operation, but I was sat in my bed. I didn't move all day. I was just watching the Masters, the racing, the lot. It was all caught up on all my TV series. Yeah, it was a pretty cool week, and fair play. I'll have to put a hand out to my partner Sarah for looking after me.
No, it's fine. You deserve it. You've had an operation. Do you know what I mean? You can't give it back to it, mate. What happens in rugby clubs then during birthdays? Because obviously you're not injured, so you're injured at the moment, so you weren't at the Ospreys. You're away from camp as such. But if you're fit, Hooky, does anything happen kind of on the training day?
It's pretty boring, Cutty, isn't it? I think the boys bring a tray bake in. So I think if it's your birthday, you bring your favourite cake or chocolate in or something for the boys. When I was in Gloucester, the chef, Will, up there, he'd make your favourite meal. But my birthday was June 27th, so it was always in pre-season. So I was never in when it was my birthday.
So like in school, there used to be that fear when you went to high school, you're going to get egged or shampooed and stuff. Well, in my school anyway, that was the fear. It didn't really happen. So nothing like that happens. No forfeits on your birthday.
No, you just got to fork out for a cake. pretty much for all the boys. So
Will you pay for your own cake?
Oh yeah, you have to pay for your own cake. Yeah.
What? That's shocking. That's really bad.
Because
They still do that, Cathy, yeah.
yeah, well, especially because a lot of the boys in our team are quite young anyway. They sort of just they just literally go to Tesco's and buy 2-3 cakes and just hammer in the team room, and by about 11 o'clock they're already gone. So you have to get in there quickly if you want a piece.
Fair
On the
enough.
Caterpillar.
Do you remember, Colin the Caterpillar, very
Cuthbert
popular
the
choice.
Caterpillar, you
Yeah. Do you remember Yaya Toure? He got upset because Man City didn't buy him a birthday cake. Is there anybody you've been involved with who's got annoyed that the present or the cake isn't being to standard?
No, I don't think so. I think some boys don't even realise when their birthdays are, and then most of the time they know if they look on Instagram, and obviously you just reshare like sort of stupid pictures of yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
But no, birthdays don't really seem to be the sort of folder anymore. Obviously, socials depends. If it falls on a social, then that's a bit different. But,
Yeah.
you have to be very unlucky for your birthday to fall on a social.
I'd imagine you kind of try and avoid it then, do you?
Yeah, you wouldn't say a word then, would you? Because no,
it's not my
easy
birthday.
ammo, isn't it?
Speaking of photos, you mentioned Tom Shanklin's very good at doing that. I don't know if you probably both follow him on Instagram. All his friends, he tucks up everyone with like a back catalogue of years of photos. Has he done that to you, Hooky?
No, I am worried every birthday with Shanks, what photos he's got up his sleeve, but nothing yet, so...
You've been safe. Well, speaking of parties, we've got to go on to Wrexham. Al, what an amazing achievement. 2 promotions in the back for Wrexham. That's class, isn't it?
It's mad. Imagine the celebrations up in there now, isn't it? It's a pretty impressive achievement, isn't it, really? I think they were probably surprised to go up. Obviously, against Notts County last time, it was pretty close, wasn't it, down to that one game? But then to go up straight the year after, that's pretty impressive. Shows what they're doing down there is working, and it's not just this sort of TV hype sort of going on. They are doing the business on the field as well, aren't they, behind the scenes, which is impressive to watch.
So the thing is, Hooky, they were kind of up there with the favourites to get promoted again, but actually walking the walk in sport is different, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And going up a level as well.
Oh, fair play to them. How many games they got left as well?
I think they got 4 or 5 games left, so it's comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll probably want to finish top as well, but at the end of the day, promotion's what they want, didn't they? They got it, so yeah, fair dues.
Yeah.
Another big party coming now.
Yeah, well, last year, obviously, Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney said, we'll take you to Vegas. VIP, nothing, not a single penny coming out of their pockets. They paid for everything. They got on the jets. Elliot Lee's already said straight after the game on the weekend, fire up the jets, we're going to Vegas again. Owners taking you on holidays. That's pretty special, Al.
Yeah, I'll take that. I've never really been at a club. Actually, to be fair, saying that, the start of season at Exeter, they always go away to like Albufeira, and the first year I went there, they all took us to Ibiza.
Okay, that's cool.
So we had 2 nights in Ibiza, pretty much the same sort of thing, all paid for. And a few of it, there wasn't many people left in the hotel after day one because they kicked everyone out. So a lot of boys were just digging in for the 2 nights and meeting everyone at the airport. But yeah, that was sort of similar. But Vegas would be another level, wouldn't it, I think?
Yeah.
Nice Workman's Club, we won the league with the Ospreys.
That's true, though, isn't it?
It was true, yeah. Great place.
If you could, though, Hooky, have kind of a free trip on like a multi-millionaire owner, where would you take your kind of squad of boys on holiday?
Oh, that's a question now. I don't know, I'd probably go somewhere like Marbella, get a good beach bar, a few drinking games, a good band, like a chairman of drinking games. I'm a day drinker more than night drinker, so just somewhere in the sun all day with the boys. I think that'd be my idea of a good trip.
Ocean Beach, you'd love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that'd be good. Let's be honest about it. Any rugby squad in Ocean Beach, you get kicked out within an hour anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, to say that, they don't want to kick us out because they know how much money we spend on drink. That's what they, to be fair, the amount of trips I've been to Ocean Beach and we've bought a bed and we've ended up being the highest spending people there because no one really drinks alcohol there, do they?
No.
So, but no, it was good crack when we went there with Exeter. About 92 of us, I think, went.
Wow.
Yeah. So you imagine what that would have been like.
Stay in.
And that was my first year, so I had to do initiation, everything. It was tough.
So what did you have to do? What is the initiation? What level are we talking?
How much I can say, I'm not too sure. But one of them was obviously I had to sing a song or a story, and then if that wasn't good enough, you go onto a bus, and then you've got to work your way off this bus. You can imagine there's quite a few things going on in that bus, and then this is like 9 a.m. in the morning on the Saturday. like this. We've already been drinking. We already left, I think, about 3 a.m. from Exeter, caught a flight from Birmingham, I think it was. So you imagine by that bus trip, we were pretty well oiled. Yeah. And then by the time we got there, yeah. So it was a tough 2 days, but what I can remember, it was pretty good.
And you're here now. You survived.
Well, Nick White looked after me. He was my roomie, so I was like handcuffed to him, and he was just looking after me the whole time.
You mentioned
Gloucester's initiation. Have you heard of Gloucester's?
No, go on. What is it?
Basically, you've got to drink 7 pints of milk within 20 minutes, and if you keep it down, basically not be sick, you keep your hair. But I joined Gloucester at the same time as Richard Hibbard. Obviously, he was long, blonde, flowing locks. He didn't want to lose his hair, did he? So he got into Billy 12 Trees and said, I'm not doing it, mate. I'm not doing it. So Billy basically said, if you're 25 or over, you don't have to do the initiation. So he saved me as well, and I didn't have to do it.
Are you joking?
Oh, wow. Surely you would have had a crack at that hook, you know? 7 pints of milk?
I would have had a crack, but I got away with it.
So you owe Richard Hibbard for your hair as well, not just kind of being a good teammate.
Say it again.
Your hair is safe because of Hibs, basically.
Exactly.
Jeez, might have struggled to grow back, mate.
I mean, I don't really want to say what I'm going to say next, but I'm going to say it. 7 pints of milk in 20 minutes. It's one of them. Yeah, I know it sounds difficult, but like also achievable at the same time. Do you know what I mean? You can see people backing themselves to do it. Not me, myself, but I can imagine some guys going, yeah, I can do that, no problem. Did anyone complete it?
It does sound easy. But yeah, there are a few boys who completed it. But yeah, not too many. So if you remember, if you ever watched the Sevens in Gloucester at the start of the season, all the players, I got skinheads, innit? They've all had the red shade.
That's amazing.
Oh, I'd love to see Gareth try and do 7 pints of milk in 20 minutes.
So hang on, that's the thing. Is there still a thing?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. I don't know if the age thing is still a thing, but I think that initiation definitely is.
I think I have to ring someone at Gloucester and make sure he does that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and Thomas will do it anyway, I reckon.
Do you reckon,
yeah?
He'd hammer that, yeah.
There you go then. So that's the most important thing we've got to do this week is you've got to ring someone to make sure the age has gone up. So
I want to get a video of it as well. Yeah. So it'll be great.
Plenty of videos. So you do mention the kind of ringleaders who kind of running the drinking games. Who's the best person in rugby that kind of to chair a game, to make sure everyone kind of pulls their weight and completes games?
Oh, flipping heck. I don't know. What do you say, Kath? As in like a chairman of the drinking games, you mean, is it?
Yeah.
Doc in Wales camp, Doc was the one that sort of organised all that, didn't he? Jamie Roberts.
Yeah.
He'd be the one that tried. He did the entertainment and sort of off-field things that were organised, after games and so forth, because he just loved being in charge and he just loved being in control because he knew that no one would be able to go after him as much. So he knew how to play it well, to be fair to him.
But if it fell on him and he had to do something, would he do it as well?
Yeah, he would a few times. I think when we beat South Africa at home, we had we booked out one of the booths in the Principality, one of the sort of hospitality boxes. Yeah, they gave us one of them. And I think a few of the older boys, I can't remember who it was. It might have been, I can't remember, it might have been Liam Williams made him get up and do something, but he didn't really appreciate it, I don't think.
Yeah.
But he's usually the one that's going after a lot of the boys, or he's got ammo on the boys, or pictures, or things like that. He's always been the one to do all that.
Clever. It's tactical, isn't it, a little bit?
Yeah, I think the drinking games and stuff like that, they die, I think. And obviously, boys don't drink as much now, do they? But like, you can't beat a good game of buzz or something like that, something simple, just to get the boys together.
Yeah, it is nice, and just sitting around having a little drink. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't have to make a fool of everyone every time. But I am, I'll be honest, a small guy, and I do enjoy a party, but I'm always the person who is hungover to high heaven the next day, dying in the airport on the way back. I'm that person, okay? So who is that person that you played rugby with? James, I'm thinking maybe you might struggle with a hangover.
I don't know. What gives you that idea?
I don't know, because I was a fly half and I was going to go with the fly half thing.
Yeah, no, I'm all right with hangovers, not too bad. I'm an early riser, I'll get up and get on with it, but I think Sean, our kit man, the Ospreys, Cathy, he struggles big time with a hangover. But 4 or 5 days later, he's still struggling. But players-wise, I don't know. I think, who do you say? I don't know.
If I'm going to be honest, it's me.
Is it you?
Yeah. I've had a few bad ones. I'm really bad the next day if I'm drinking all day or night. I'm really, really bad. Like, I get sick, quite ill. I remember a couple of times we've been on away trips and I've like fallen asleep in toilets and stuff, and someone's had to get me and be like, mate, we've got on the flight, and just things, you know.
You're too big to carry
stupid
as well.
things like that. I remember being out in France once before, I think with Wales, I was like travelling reserve, and we had a big boozer, a massive win out there. I think it was like Big scored in the corner or something. It was like a big win anyway. And we all went out in Paris, went to this massive nightclub, got back in the early hours, and I completely forgot to put an alarm on. Slept straight through, and my door's been banged down by our team manager, Alan Phillips, at the time. He's like, Kathy, get out of bed, everyone's waiting for you on the bus. I literally just got up, put whatever was on me, walked straight downstairs, got onto the bus, got to the airport, and I realised I left everything I came with in the hotel.
No way.
All I had was my phone and passport. I had one sock on near enough. Literally, I was with Gareth Hanscom, who was still asleep as well. So we were both like... yeah, we got a big fine for that. And
Did you get a fine, yeah?
Oh, yeah, big fine. And then the hotel had to send all my kit back a couple of days later from Paris to Cardiff.
So you got your stuff back at least?
I got it back, yeah. But
Yeah.
I literally just walked onto the plane with a passport and phone and become my clothes.
That's survival instincts, though, right? You had the main things. You were fine.
I was in serious panic mode. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it was. When the team manager comes up and knocks on your door and says, mate, everyone's waiting for you on the bus, coaches the lot. And it was a pretty hard explanation to Gats at the time, yeah.
Yeah, it's that one in the Ryder Cup. Do you remember with McIlroy when he in Wales as well, and he was late for his tea time for the Ryder Cup, and they found out he had a new friend in the room with him. And that's why he was so late.
Did he really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he was single at the time, so it's fine. So, but yeah, that's why he was late. But so Gareth, he's not great on hangovers, surely.
No, he's not great, no.
Yeah.
But not as bad as me. I'm quite sick. And Sarah will probably vouch for what Johnny did on that one of those stories, isn't he? So,
yeah.
yeah. But I guess I just have a really good night and then I go for it and then I know I'm going to die the next day. So
Yeah. There you go.
Gotta go for it.
Yeah, why not? When you live once, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Speaking of living once, I saw that Bryn Terfel, Welsh opera singer, he's a massive golf fan. He's a guest in the Masters, or he was a guest in the Masters this weekend with Rolex Hooky. That's a pretty special freebie trip, isn't it?
That's nice, isn't it?
Have you had anything similar yourself?
Not like that. No, not like that. I think probably Nice Rugby Club hospitality. Probably the best I've been to. No, I'm trying to think. We doing the World Cup 2015. We went to watch Arsenal with Mike Phillips, Jamie Roberts, with Alan Ramsey's family in his box.
Oh,
which
nice.
was pretty cool. But yeah, nothing to those sort of levels.
Alex, you must have had a few with the races, I'd imagine.
Yeah, quite a few of the races. Cheltenham, been looked after there a few times. But I've been going for years. That's one of my favourite weeks. I'd love to do something to do with Formula One. I think that'd be one of my sort of bucket list to do. I haven't done that yet. Super Bowl would be unbelievable, wouldn't it? I think
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be another. But Augusta, I think just what the Masters is as a whole, I think that would be some experience to go to. And I've listened to loads of other pods and other people saying about how good it is when they go there. Like, it's a serious place to go if you're lucky enough to go. I think Neil Jenkins has been before. He said it's pretty amazing. Like, yeah. So,
well, I'm going on Thursday to the WWE in Cardiff. My middle boy
wrestling,
wrestling. Yeah, he's obsessed with wrestling. So I have to brush up on my wrestling knowledge now before Thursday.
WrestleMania was, I think, last week with The Rock. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, there was like 100,000 people, I think, in the stadium. Just
The thing is about like WWE and wrestling things, you grow up and the Masters, you watch them and it don't feel like there's something you can be a part of. So when you get to go, it's like, even as an adult, like you're going now, Hooky, you're going to be like, this is cool. I'm at the actual wrestling. Do you know what I mean?
I know. But we've only managed to get, obviously I've got 3 boys and Kim, my wife, we all wanted to go, but we only managed to get 2 tickets. So I had to take my middle boy. So I don't know what's going to go down with my other 2 boys, mine, but we'll see.
You go shout out anybody with tickets the Hooky can have. He needs another 3 tickets, yeah?
Another three, that'd be brilliant, though, would there?
Yeah, there we go. We'll see if we can sort it
I
out.
think I'll did that then, wouldn't it?
hopefully you get a phone call in a couple of days now, mate.
With the Masters, though, because I know you were watching last night, Cathy. If you went there, though, that it would be kind of like, it looks like a movie set. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no advertising. It's all so pristine and perfect. It would be a proper bucket list place to go.
Oh, 100%. You'd just be worried that you go there and it wouldn't live up to, obviously, it probably would live up to expectation, but you'd want to just cherish every little moment, wouldn't you? You know, like we were talking about, we go to the club shop and we're thinking probably get giddy and spend bloody
Loads.
a couple £100 on balls that I'm probably going to lose the week after anyway, you know, just things like that, you know, because we said about how much money they make in the shop there. It's actually mad, isn't it? I think 70 odd million they make within 5 days.
Yeah.
So people are going there and they are really indulging into the atmosphere, the experience, and they're probably spending an absolute fortune in that shop, aren't they? So, yeah, one of those things, if you're lucky enough to get a ticket, it's one of them, I think you'd have to drop everything and go, wouldn't you? So
I can imagine going into the shop saying, right, I'm going to buy like 3 balls, a ball marker and a pitch repairer, right? That's the first station in the shop.
£500.
So you put, yeah, probably. But you put that in your basket, you walk around, oh, I've got to have that golf top. That's a nice golf top. And I'm only here once, I'll pop that in. Then you walk past the hats and you're like, oh, I need a hat as well. Before you know it, you've got like umbrellas, waterproofs, set of irons, the works. But like 70 million in 5 days, that's outrageous.
Oh yeah, you're chucking it on the MasterCard and hoping the missus doesn't see, aren't you?
What are people buying? What are people buying there? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's wild. I think I was reading that it's just mad how much money they make just in that shop alone. So people must be spending thousands really to make that much. I don't know how many people go through the gate for 5 days, probably 150, 200,000 people, but that is still working out a lot.
Per head,
That's a lot, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Do you play golf, Hooky?
Yeah, I try to. I'm a fair weather golfer, I am. No interest in the winter, but I play down in Langland, where I'm living. So yeah, I'm not great. I got to be honest, but I do like a game of golf. Wasn't interested when I was playing, but since I've retired, I've got into it a little bit. My brother-in-law actually is a heck of a golfer. He's +2 handicap.
Yeah.
Funny enough, his boy, so my nephew Jack, he's only 7. He had a hole-in-one in Penard.
No way.
About a month ago. Yeah. So he's from good stock there.
Did they make him buy a round in the clubhouse after as well for everyone?
around the fruit shoots.
Yeah.
You had a hole-in-one, Geraint, or no?
I've never had one.
You're
Yeah.
a keen golfer.
Well, I played a lot of my junior golf in Craiger Golf Club, and in one round, so there's 2 par 3s there. There's the 6th and the 10th, and they're basically they're a sandwich or a pitching wedge, depending on what you hit, right? And on the same round, I left my ball a roll short, directly in front of the cup. I couldn't believe it, but I've never had one. So I've had a few eagles and stuff like that, but no hole-in-one. You, Cuthy?
I've had one.
I knew you had. That's why he was asking.
I had to get that in, didn't I? Come on. No, Jenks asked me to go to a charity golf day at Pontypridd Golf Club, and it turned up. It was in 2015, middle of 2015 World Cup training camp. Rocked up, probably about the 15th hole, 9-iron, 1 bounce straight in.
Amazing.
But you imagine it was a big charity day.
Yeah,
so
they're like,
I had to. It was a big old bill, mate.
Oh, you did get one as well?
I had to go in. I bought like a couple of bottles of whiskey, everyone a pint. It was. Walked out there, I was skint, literally.
That is the dread of a hole-in-one, though, isn't it? Because if you know if it's a day like that, you know, and obviously everyone's going to find out you had one. You can't just go home, chuck your clubs in the car and go home, can you?
Oh no, I had to stay to the death, literally. But the best thing was I was with 2 other lads who were like Lloyd Williams, was my good mate, and another lad, and they both witnessed it. So that was pretty cool. Like it was very surreal.
You can get hole-in-one insurance, can you? Golf insurance.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Because of the bar bills,
I pay like 26 quid for like just golf, insure the golf clubs and any damage. So if you hit a car window in a car park or whatever, but on that then you get the hole-in-one insurance as well. So I got no chance of getting it, but it's always nice to have, isn't it?
Well, I could have done with it then, Hooky. Bloody hell.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. Do you know what I mean? I think all the pro golfers need one as well. Because imagine when they get one, because they must do the same. Because that golf tour is pretty. They enjoy a drink on the golf tour. So if Tiger's getting a hole-in-one or Rory, they're definitely buying around forever in the clubhouse.
Well, Victor Hovland had a couple in that par 3, so I don't know. Does that count?
Yeah.
For the top, they probably.
I think it counts.
Yeah.
Well, if I was in the bar, I'd be like, that counts, mate. get him in. Do you know what I mean? But
my brother-in-law, I'm talking about must be about 10, 15 years ago. Him and his dad's an excellent golfer as well. In Langland on the same course. They had a hole-in-one in the same week, both of them.
Wow. The worst thing for me would be, though, even though you have to buy the drinks, but you've just had a hole-in-one, so it's fine. You know that's a rule. But getting a hole-in-one if you were playing on your own, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because would people believe you as well?
No, don't think so.
No?
Wow. It'd just be tough, wouldn't it? Like, I've just got a hole-in-one there, blah, well done.
Yeah. whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't believe you. Prove it.
Buy me a drink still.
yeah. I don't believe you, but buy me a pint. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so I suppose that's a rule. Don't ever play golf on your own, just in case you fluke a hole in one.
Yeah, I don't hit near enough a flag and often enough to get a hole in one, so probably back myself not to ever hit one again.
There you go. I remember a junior in our club having a hole in one, and he's playing on his own. And I don't know to this day. I just don't know. Do you know what I mean? If you've got one. Yeah. There we go. Right, we're going way off topic, but I don't mind. It's been good. Let's talk rugby. Friday night, Ospreys, Gloucester. Hookie, let's go to you first. 23-13, the final score. Overall, do you think that was a fair result?
Yeah, probably in the end. I thought the Ospreys did some good stuff. Obviously, the Keelan try was good, from kick receipt. I think, we probably discipline let us down a little bit in the end, and line out didn't function. I think second half, Gloucester just up the tempo. They kicked really well second half, and I thought Varney kicked really well. I think it probably was a fair result, but the boys were sort of disappointed. Such a come down, obviously, after the hype and the build up and the win over Sale. And like we mentioned earlier, they've got 3 tough games now coming up, haven't they?
Yeah, it's going to be hard. So now, obviously, Al, it's all about the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's going to be tricky because, there's an article on Sportin Wales website as well, and in the magazine, the run-ins, they've got the hardest one by far.
Yeah, it's tough mentally as well. I think, they had such a good win against Sale at home. The big momentum going in to next round of Europe, which that's one negative I think about Europe. I don't like the way
back to back so
quick.
I
don't like that because I think mentally you get up for that game so much, then back it up, especially if a lot of teams are playing away or what. It's quite hard. Like you noticed on the weekend, like there shouldn't be these big massive 64-point scores in these big competitions. I just think it's way too soon. I think they need to change that format for me, 100%. That needs to change. But yeah, for the Ospreys now it's tough. They're travelling tomorrow to South Africa. They've got the Stormers and Bulls who are really chasing that top 4 sort of period, and a lot of boys that have played a lot of rugby. So yeah, it's going to be tough. And I think we realistically need 3 wins. I think with the run, and obviously we got 2 derbies, and then we got Leinster away and the 2 South Africans.
It's hard, isn't it?
So we're going to really have to push to go for tries, I think, against Stormers and Bulls and Leinster, because theoretically we're probably not going to be strong enough to win, if we're honest. But you never know. I hope we've been going quite well this season, just sort of under the radar a little bit. So you can't write us off, but it looks pretty tricky right now. Just
to go back slightly on what you said there, if I know we obviously the match was in the Brewer Field against Sale, but if they were playing away at France against a French team, what would the schedule have been for the players? Obviously, if say they play on a Saturday, when do you come home? How much training do you get in that week before going again on the Saturday or Friday? So
say they played Saturday night, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they're more or less probably not going to leave because it was such a late kickoff Saturday. They're not going to leave till Sunday morning. Probably get back. It's going to be half a day or day getting back. Then they have the Monday off. Probably come in Tuesday to train. Wednesday then is the day off, and then they're probably going to travel Thursday, team run Friday, and then look to play. So you're theoretically going to train together once, maybe twice. So like you look at the La Rochelle, who had to play Stormers away and then fly all the way back to, I think, Cork, and then to play Leinster. Play 2 of the best teams in Europe back to like. How are they going to have a chance to win that game? I'll be honest, and it showed, didn't it? Should Leinster beat La Rochelle by 60 points? Hooky, probably never, really. So it does show the format doesn't work.
Yeah.
It does not work.
Yeah, do you agree they should change that, Hooky?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I loved the format before in Europe. When you had the sort of the back-to-back home and away around December. You play, for example, Leicester in our group quite a bit with the Ospreys. You play home and away, back-to-back weeks. It is tough. I see what Cutty's saying, but I like the old format of the European Cup. You qualify straight quarter-final, semi-final, final. I think and away. Obviously, the Bulls rested so many boys this weekend. They rested. Was it about 10, 11 Springboks?
13.
Yeah. High.
13. There you go. And a Welsh region for a quarter-final of the European Cup. That'd never happen, would it?
No.
Never happen.
I suppose it doesn't help the Ospreys going back-to-back in Europe because there's certain members of the squad all injured, do you know what I mean? And then they've got less numbers. So rest and recovery is more key than ever, really, this season, the way it's panned out.
Yeah, and I think it also highlights with having these South African teams, I think everyone's like, oh, it's really good, we play teams that we don't usually play. But someone like Bulls, where they win at home, and then if they win or lose, they have to then book their flights for the week after.
Yeah.
And that's why they couldn't, because all the flights were booked up. So like Jay White said, they would have been coming in 4 different airports in the UK and then meet against Northampton. What?
That's mad, isn't it?
How is that possible? How does that make this European competition the best teams in it? It doesn't, like the full strength Bulls team, I'll tell you that, they're going to run Northampton close. I think, in my opinion, they're one of the best sides in the URC in terms of the way they play. So they're not 64 points worse off,
Yeah. No. So Hooky, looking forward then to the kind of the playoff running now, can the Ospreys get this, reckon?
I think Cutty's right. We're going to have to try and sneak a win, I think, either in South Africa with these 2 games coming up, but Leinster away, obviously, is not easy, but we're going to need something out of one of those games. And then, the Dragons at home and then Judgment Day, they're not gimmies either. So, they need to win those 2 games and you feel they got to pinch one out of the next 3 away games. I think it'll be a heck of an achievement if they get into the top 8 and the playoffs. I think with obviously everything going on with the budget and squad sizes and stuff. But it's still going to be a tough ask, I think.
But Dewi, Lake and Jack Morgan, they're nearly back. Is that correct, Al? What do you know from camp?
Yeah, I know they're travelling. I know they're travelling with the boys. I'm not sure they're going to be involved in the South Africa tour. Like ideally, they'd be perfect fit to come in now. I know Sam's a bit banged up at the moment, but he's just sort of digging in and playing. And Jack, I think Jack's sort of looking more Mayish time, so I don't think he's probably just sort of in and out of training a little bit. So, they're not far off, but they're players that we desperately need, especially I think Leinster away and then the 2 derbies. There's obviously a bit of gap. There's a few gaps, I think, in between that from then. So they're going to be key. I think if they can win those 2 derby games, they're going to have to get at least 3 more points out of these last 3 games.
Yeah.
I was thinking as well on the way here, like how gutting it would be if they do get a result and they end up being a point or 2 off, and it was me running in for a try for 2 points. I have a feeling Boothie will be ringing him up saying, mate.
There's going to be a gif of it, going around on social media. That's what's going to happen.
I hope we either get in there or we're more than 2 behind. So.
No. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there's a gif ready for it if it is. Have you spoken to any of them since that defeat the other night, Friday night?
Yeah, I spoke to a few of them. I spoke to Owen Watkins. He's pretty gutted. I thought he had quite a good game. I just felt like we weren't quite on it, were we, Hooky? I think on Friday. I think we started well. I just think we looked a bit predictable. Gloucester looked pretty comfortable, really. I know we were only 10 points behind at the end of the game, but they ended up winning quite comfortably. Our boys are just gutted, really, because I think I haven't been involved the last couple of weeks, but that felt like they were comfortable enough to really have a good run and give Gloucester a good game, and especially being on that pitch, because we train on that pitch every day. So that was never going to be a hindrance. It was just the game plan and how well we executed it. And we probably just let ourselves down a little bit in a set piece. Our line out didn't work at all. And that's probably one of our main assets in how we attack. And if that doesn't work, and with Gloucester matching us a little bit in the front, in the pack, we sort of struggle then, and it sort of showed.
Yeah. Do you echo them thoughts, Hooky?
Yeah, we just probably didn't show the best version of ourselves, really, did we? And I think we've been a lot better than that throughout this season. And like Cathy just said, the things that have probably gone well this season for us probably didn't go well on Friday. And as I mentioned earlier, I think Gloucester just gives a bit of a lesson, really, in terms of controlling the game. They kicked the ball well second half. They chased well. The defence stepped up a bit in the second half. And yeah, we just run out of steam a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah, let's hope then they can get into the playoffs, because I think Welsh rugby needs it at the moment. I think there's a massive feeling of everyone in Wales were backing the Ospreys on Friday night and the Sale match as well. Do you know what I mean? So do you feel that as a squad that kind of Wales want Ospreys to do well?
Yeah, we need Ospreys to do well. I don't think people understand how big of an achievement it would be if Ospreys did get in that top 8 with just the money restraints and the squad depth and how well some of the boys have stepped up this year. Look where Dragons are. They're at the bottom. Scarlets have had one of the worst seasons I think I've ever seen Scarlets have. Cardiff have been playing a good brand of rugby, but only for 60 minutes. So Ospreys have been flying the Welsh flag. I know we're not probably the most pleasing to the eye in terms of watching, but we get the job done. We do sort of stay in games and manage to pick up points here and there, the odd win. So, and there's a couple of games we probably let ourselves down that we should have won, and games that we won that we probably shouldn't have won. So you just got to take it. And I think as a Welsh team, we are flying the flag for Wales, trying to get in that top 8, which would be some achievement, I think.
Yeah, and the bonus is, Hooky, because of what you said earlier in the pod, if they get the top 8, you're going to sort them out with a night in Neath Workman's, right?
Oh, sorted already. Yeah.
Good man. Okay, cool. Let's look forward to the rest of the weekend now and just do that. Let's welcome our sponsor, DragonBet.
DragonBet, the bookmaker of Wales with the best odds on Welsh sport. Please gamble responsibly.
And here he is, fresh from the Grand National weekend. James Lovell, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, good. Not sure I'm fresh. We've had a long weekend, but I was just telling the boys, sorry, I've been counting all the money all weekend. It's taking ages to get through it. See, the favourite won the race, which is normally really bad, but it was all right. We won a few quid, so yeah, we're happy.
Yeah, good. Did you bet yourself on the Grand National, James?
I do, and I've in all these years I've been trying, I've managed to bet the winner once, so I don't even like the race, to be honest. I'm terrible at betting the winner. My missus finds the winner every year, so she keeps winding me up with it. But I'm not very good at finding the winner of the Grand National.
So years ago when I was working for a Sports Round, we did like a behind the scenes of Aintree the week before the Grand National, and it was amazing. Do you know what I mean? And I said to all the people working there, like, "Oh, have you got any tips? And practically 9 out of 10 of them who were working in all said to me, "My tip is, don't bet on the Grand National as in the main race. If you go on the other races, 100%, but there's too much of a lottery, the main Grand National." Do you know what I mean? But that's why it's good for you guys, right, as a bookies, because it's a free-for-all.
It is, but they've massively changed the race this year because there was a lot of pressure last year about animal rights and things. So it's a completely different race to what it was. They used to have a fence called Beecher's Brook, which was just absolutely huge. So they made huge changes this year, and I actually think it was probably a better race. I think a lot of people are moaning on Twitter that it's not the Grand National, which things change. I think you've got to accept change. So it's a safer race now. I thought it was a better spectacle. So coming to the last couple of fences, there were loads of horses that could win it. And I thought it looked a bit better, to be honest, from my point of view. But I do think going forward, the better horses are going to have a better chance in it. So might not be the bookies benefit it once was. Okay.
Al, I know you like your horses. How did you get on the weekend?
Yeah, I had a good week, actually. From Thursday onwards, I had a few winners. I had a good bet. I did a good one. I did Willie Mullins to win the British Trainer Championship. Good odds, and he obviously won the National, which is quite a good prize money, isn't it, James? So I think he'd probably be favourite now, would he? I think for you guys.
I think he's nearly won it, hasn't he? Basically, it's an incredible achievement. Again, you're talking about. Every time we're talking on the Sport World podcast, how good Ireland are doing it, the rugby and all the rest of it. But so he's an Irish trainer, and he's done so well. He's managed to. Well, he looks like he's won the British Trainers Championship, being based in Ireland. They're just absolute powerhouse, that stable, the Willie Mullins stable. Irish sport is going well. We've got to catch up, boys.
Hooky, there's one thing I've realised, right? Whenever I talk betting or horse racing with James Lovell and Alice Cuthbert, is they both say, I've had a good week. I've had a good week every single time. They do really well. So we need to get like their black book somehow. Do you know what I mean? Are you one to have a bet?
They don't speak about the losses, do they?
That's what it is, maybe.
Plenty of losses, mate, but plenty of wins as well.
You mentioned the weddings, not the funerals.
Yeah, that's so true. It is so true. Do you like a bet, James?
I don't mind. I haven't got much of a clue about horses, I got to be honest. But when I was in Gloucester, we used to go to the Cheltenham Festival quite a bit. So I'd have a little flitter when I was there. But yeah, not a big gambler, I don't think, really. But used to spend all my dinner money on the bandits when I was younger. But that was about it.
Listen, as sportsmen, as rugby players, do you get? So if you're a footballer, you get a lot of education about gambling. They come in and talk to you about, you've got to be sensible. I just wonder, does the same happen to rugby players? So they come into their clubs and teach you, what you can gamble on, what you shouldn't gamble on, and help you as sportsmen, as gamblers?
Yeah.
Well, you can't bet on rugby, can you? You're not allowed to bet on rugby. No. Anyone within the organisation.
Yeah, you got to have. We have all the courses, so we have obviously the big drugs course they do, gambling one. And then education on the laws. So we have to do it every start of season. So it's takes about 45 minutes to go through it, and then you got to answer a load of questions at the end to pass, and then you have to do it every season.
So you get tested on it, do you?
Pretty much, yeah. Obviously, we know we can't bet on rugby, and it's like, you're not allowed to give people information about other blah 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 and all that. So everyone's clued up on it. It's pretty strict.
Yeah, because I think there's a huge problem within football in general with footballers betting on football at the moment. I mean, Five Live have been quite open about it, and obviously Ivan Toney kind of has brought it to the limelight really a little bit. But the laws one. Does like an actual referee that's reffing now run that course for you, or is it a retired ref?
No, it's like it's like a document, and then you got to go through all these videos. Okay. You watch all the videos, and then the answer But the law's changed as much as anything, doesn't it? So it's changed an awful lot since I remember. So Nigel
Owens doesn't pop in and do it, basically.
No.
All right, fair enough. Okay, we were talking earlier, James Lovell, about the Ospreys and kind of trying to get them into the playoffs. What odds have you got on Ospreys generally for the weekend coming up, and then maybe looking ahead to getting them into the top 8?
So they playing the Stormers away?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
So they are 7-1 to beat the Stormers away, and I think we are going 8-1 to make the URC playoffs. I don't exactly know the semantics and what they're going to do to get to the playoffs, but I've been told we're going 8-1.
Yeah, that's what I've been told as well. So that's good. We've got the same information both ends, which is always good. Okay, 8-1. I think a lot of people will back that, Al.
Yeah, because I think you back them to beat the Dragons in Cardiff, and then it would just depend how many points they can pick up against Stormers, Bulls, and then Leinster.
Yeah,
we know it won't be a Leinster first team, so that they'll have a crack there. And out in South Africa, you just don't know. So a couple of bonus point tries. I reckon they're going to need at least another. Where are they? Probably 12 points. I reckon they're going to need.
Yeah, how many points do you reckon the 3 away games need to pick up? Do you reckon?
I'd say at least 3.
3 from the away ones.
2 to 3 at least.
Yeah.
So 2 losing bonus points and then a couple of tries.
I think if they can get 12 points, they should be there. It'll be close, wouldn't it?
I think they do well to be within 7 against the Stormers. The way they sort of play and offload and they score tries pretty easy, don't they? Hooky. Same as the Bulls, actually.
The Bulls.
They're very, and they're playing in Pretoria, which is hard enough as it is, isn't it? So
uphill task then.
Yeah,
okay,
altitude and everything.
Okay, 7-1 to beat the Stormers and 8-1 to make it to the top 8. How are you looking on the Dragons versus Benetton? Then we've got Cardiff, Ulster, and Scarlet to Edinburgh. James.
We've got 5-1 the Dragons to beat Benetton. We've got 5-1 Cardiff to beat Ulster, and 7-1 the Scarlets to beat Edinburgh. So it's not looking very optimistic on those odds, is it?
They're all away games as well, aren't they? I think.
All away.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah. Where do you see a win for any URC Welsh teams there in the URC, Al? None. Okay. None. Hooky?
Yeah, it's difficult to find a win. Cardiff, perhaps. Cardiff and Ulster, maybe.
Yeah, I'm doing a game Friday for BBC. I think Cardiff actually will have a chance, especially Ulster getting pumped out of Europe this weekend against Claremont. It'll be interesting to see what their mindset is. So Cardiff, the way they're playing, and they played well against Munster away, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So that could be the closest one.
Okay. Let's switch to football then, if we can, James Lovell. A big weekend for Wrexham fans. Obviously, they've got the promotion that we were all hoping they would. What do you look at Wrexham for the rest of the season? They're starting with Crewe on the weekend.
So they're 11-2 to beat Crewe. 11-2. I'll be betting that. 11-10 to beat Crewe on the weekend. I don't know. They've got the promotion now. Do you want to bet them short price? They might be taking their foot off the pedal a little bit. Can they still win the tournament? I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll bet them at 11-2. Would you?
Yeah,
11-10. Sorry.
Well, I was going to ask the boys about this because obviously, you're professional sportsmen, so you'd know the mindset better than us, right? They have just guaranteed promotion. So
Vegas.
They've got Vegas on the mind, as we mentioned earlier. Does it matter? Do they care, do you reckon, James Hook, if they kind of win the actual league? Because they're going up anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they've done what they wanted to do. They've got promoted, and they saw, when people look back at the end of the day, they got promoted, whether they're first or second. So you would like to finish top, wouldn't you? But does it make that much of a difference? I don't think so.
Mentally, that's quite hard, isn't it? Because all season they'll be all right, promotion, and then they've got it, and then you're like, oh, let's go for a trophy. You're like, nah.
Yeah, we've done it.
It's quite hard, isn't it? So they're probably they'll probably play well because they'll just be relaxed and enjoy the next probably couple of games.
Yeah, they'll switch off and just express themselves.
So you never know. Yeah, they could just be like,
Yeah.
They must play really well.
They play Stockport last. I think it would be nice for the fans if they kind of managed to kind of make it interesting for that top spot to the last game. But who knows what they'll do? But I think the professional opinion here is that they don't care.
I know as a bookie, kind of the end of the season is when you get these funny results that, you know, the teams you think would be certainties seem to get beat kind of thing. So, this is the time to attack as a bookie. So, I definitely wouldn't bet them at 11-10 anyway.
Okay, Cardiff play Southampton, Swansea play Huddersfield. How have you seen them games?
Yeah, 9-2, 4.5-1. 4.5-1 Cardiff to beat Southampton. Just not going to happen, is it? I don't think so, even for diehard Cardiff City fans. And 11-5 Swansea to beat Huddersfield, so just over 2-1. I can see that happening.
Yeah. Swansea's your team, I suppose, Hooky, yeah?
What's that, sorry again?
Swansea, your football team?
Yeah, I like Swansea. My boys go and watch Swansea as well, so any chance I get, I try and get down and watch them. I think 1-0 win on Saturday. They had, didn't they? I don't think it was the best of games, mind.
No, a win's a win. Do you know what I mean? It didn't matter, really, to be honest with you, with that one. Now, interesting on the football, quickly, James, level that is, because there's two James here today. Wrexham will be going for their third consecutive promotion next season. Have you got odds? Are you open to odds on that already?
We are. So we were talking about this last night, actually. So we were trying to decide, because no one's got any odds up yet, on them to be promoted again. And we are going 3-1. And the reasoning is, I don't think there's a big gap between those two leagues. I think leagues, if they get an extra couple of players, it's not like, I see from going Division 1 up to the Championship, I think that's a big gap in the skill set. But I think from where they are to the next league isn't a huge amount of difference. So we think if they get a couple of players, 3-1 would be a fair price for them to be promoted.
Wow.
When was the last time 3 teams got promoted? So that's just like a team got promoted 3 times in a row.
Do you know what? I haven't got that stat, but I don't think it happened. It could be
1908.
Yeah, like ever. Because to go 3 on the bounce is incredible. I think you got to look at even Man City when they went down a few divisions. It still took them a few years to get back up. Do you know what I mean?
Did the Plymouth do something like that? I think they went League 2, 1.
Yeah, maybe 2 on the bounce, maybe.
2.
Yeah.
I thought they did, or was it might have been a year break and then they went up.
I don't think they did 3 though.
I can't remember.
Have to get your phone up quickly and check it. Have a look. Yeah, well, anyone who wants to correct us, they can correct us. But I think, do you know what? On that though, League One have got some like massive powerhouses of football. Do you know what I mean? With money, with big stadiums, like your Boltons, not powerhouses, but the historical clubs. You've got Bolton, your Wigans, people like that who can match Wrexham's spending power. So I am really interested to see how much money they throw at it, Wrexham, because they could, James, level go like not just 3 changes, but like there's 10 new signings. Do you know what I mean? So it could be a fun summer. So you're going 3-1. What are they to get relegated then in that case?
33-1. That's a guess. They're not going to get relegated, are they? It would ruin all the TV shows. Yeah. No chance of getting relegated. Too much money.
It's no good for Netflix.
Netflix got too much power, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's park the football there. I know the world champs, Mark Williams, is on your radar as well.
Yeah, always trying to boost Welsh players as we always are. So we're going to go 14-1 Mark Williams. I just think he's great, Mark Williams. He has a bet with us when he comes to Chepstow, and he is the hardest work customer you have. If I've got evens on the board, he'll say, give me 10-1. I'm like, well, don't want a little bit, do you, Mark? He is he's tight as hell, but he's brilliant, and I love him. And I'd love him to win as well. So 14-1, I think, is a good boost, and I'd be happy to pay out on that one.
I thought you were describing me then until you said the bit, I love him, because I'm always pushing you on the odds as well.
And before, I don't love you, I love your money.
Yeah, that's true. And Wales women then on the rugby as well. They're playing France. What have you got on the site for that?
Yeah, big ask. They got beat, didn't they? They got beat, and they were favourites against, who was it, Ireland last week?
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah, so they were 4-7 favourites to beat Ireland. So we're going 10-1 them to beat France, which I don't think they're going to do. But there's a good video on Twitter if you see it. Have you seen the France women's warm-up routine?
No.
Oh, it is choreographed. I could see you doing it, Al. You'd look lovely. It's a strange old warm-up routine. They're doing some kind of strange dance thing, and some people are saying having a go at them for it, but I think it looks great anyway. So they got some weird. If you get on Twitter, have a look at the French women's warm-up. It's quite a sight.
It's like Toulouse old warm-up when they're under the post and they're like 1, 2, 3. They're all doing it. Remember that, Hooky? I don't remember watching that.
I played the Perpignan.
They're wild out there, aren't they?
Count to 10 like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ridiculous. Didn't warm me up one little bit.
Got you all counting together at least. Do you know what I mean? But just quickly on that, Johan Cunningham's been kind of, he's under a bit of a pressure. Let's be honest about it. But he said he wants kind of WRU to matches on in Wales, more women matches here in Wales on a domestic level, because he's letting them all play in England at the moment. Is that something that's kind of possible, do you reckon, Cathy?
No, I don't think so, is it? I think that English league, they're all the best teams, aren't they? So, and a lot of the Welsh girls all play for them. I think if they come to Wales, they're only going to dilute it, and it probably won't be a higher standard, will it? So then I don't really understand that. Probably won't up the women's standard.
Yeah.
It may up the amount of positive, the amount of women that want to play rugby, but it won't make the league as stronger, I think, as that the English Premiership is for the English women's. Obviously, there's a bit of pressure on him, isn't there, at the moment? He's probably going to have to say anything, really, because obviously losing to Ireland, and they've got 2 really tough games. It could be wooden spoon again, so it's tough. Yeah,
and infrastructure takes time as well, doesn't it, Hooky? But I suppose he's worried about some of the players who can't quite play in England, but there's that gap then. They've got nowhere else to play that needs to be the level they're playing at, I suppose, is why he's saying that? Yeah,
probably. I think, and like Cathy said, that participation, I think, if there is a league or a team in Wales, then, we'll get more girls playing the game, which is obviously, a benefit to the team. But yeah, it's just probably down to funding and money, similar to the men's game, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, we've got our charity bets as well. So, Hooky, every single week, we'll turn to you on this. We get a charity bet, and Alex will help as well. So right. I get a bet, you guys get a bet, and then James Lovell will give us the money, and the money goes to charity when we win. I think we've got how much have we got in the pot now, James? Quite a bit.
Oh, sure. Was it 225? I'll double check. But yeah, it's going up. It's going the right way anyway. Over 200 quid.
Okay. So I don't know if you've had my charity bet yet, James, but my charity bet I was hoping to go for was a Swansea City win, because they're playing Huddersfield, and a Wrexham win as well. So a double. Wrexham win, Swansea win. Nice and simple, straightforward.
5-1.
Go on, you can have 5-1. Why not?
Yeah.
5-1, you can have that, which is a big price.
Say 3, I reckon, wouldn't he, bro?
I don't know if you
What was it, 11-10, 11-4?
We'll do that. 5-1 for you, yeah.
Okay. If I was going to chuck Mullin on top of that to score, what would I get?
Score any time?
Any time. Well, I'll be brave. First time. First goal scorer.
Now you're asking me.
10-1, so
12 you can have.
12. Should I go for the
triple? Which is a huge price. That's not available on the website before you ask for business. This is special for you.
Okay, so I am therefore going Swansea win, Wrexham win, Mullin to score 12-1. Yeah.
You're gonna score any time.
I want to score first.
Well, goal scorer first time. Yeah. He's firing.
Yeah.
Alex,
I think take the any time. Probably give us 8-1 money. So
okay, do you want me? Okay, I'll listen to you. Anytime, 8-1. Got a deal? Just for us?
We got a deal.
Yes.
We got a deal. Go on.
There we go. Okay. Alex and James Hook, charity bet, what would you like to go with for this week? I know you haven't had time to confirm. You can confirm right now if you'd like.
What's on this weekend? Gold, Scottish Grand National, isn't it? Saturday?
Yeah, Scottish Grand National. I don't even know. That's a real big betting race. So I think outside of kind of Cheltenham and Aintree is the next biggest betting race for some reason. I suppose it's Scots like Iron Brew and gambling, apparently.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Willie Mullins has got one in it.
So while Alex has a look there, Hooky, are you happy for Alex to take the reins and put your money on a random horse on a race in Scotland? Because you said you didn't have horses.
Follow me. I'd probably put on a Porthcawl donkey, so I'll leave it to Cathy.
So they travel, those Porthcawl donkeys.
There you go. Okay, what are you going to give us, Cuthbert? Come on, you've got a good one in there.
Yeah, go on. We'll go with that because it's a good betting race, like James said. I think be a good one to get involved. We go one of the Willie McMillan's McDermott. Is it? I think favourite.
Yeah, that's about 6-1. McDermott, you can have,
he doesn't want to give you that.
I know he doesn't want to give me that.
No, I don't. It's because Willie Mullins has cost me money all year.
He's got about 10 in it, so I'm not sure. Nearer to the race, you'll know which one Paul Townend is probably going to come over and ride. So, and then that'll be the one.
Be clear, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. I think you're going to lose the charity bet this week, but you don't mind for charity, James, right?
Don't mind at all.
Don't mind at all. James, we love having you on the pod. It's great fun every single week. Enjoy your week, mate, and we'll catch you really soon, okay?
Yes, before I go, just going to mention, so it's all the domestic cricket starting. So we always try and get on the lower league sports as we do. So we are going to offer odds on all the local cricket clubs in the South Wales Premier League, the South Wales Association, the Pembrokeshire County League, and the South East Wales League and the North Wales League. So if you've got a cricket club in any of those leagues, we'll have odds up for your club at some point in the coming few weeks.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, let's get the cricket season going. James Lovell, as always, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Be lucky.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, there we go. We're done for the week. Al, plans?
Probably just go back to bed, lie in bed all week. Missus look after me, and then rest up.
Watch the Masters all over again.
I'm doing a game Friday actually for BBC.
Okay,
so
cool.
Cardiff, Ulster. So I'll make my way to the studio somehow.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be right.
So,
Taxi all the way. A lot of steps in the BBC. Get the lift. Get the lift.
100%.
Hooky, what about yourself? How's your week looking?
So a bit of coaching with the Ospreys. Swansea got Llandudno on the weekend. And actually, Swansea City legend Alan Curtis, good family friend. He's 70 this week, so we're going to his birthday party. So looking forward to that one.
There you go. He's a legend, isn't he? Fair play to him. Proper legend. Yeah.
Great bloke.
Parties with celebrities, Hooky.
I know. That's why he didn't want to go on a bucket list trip to the Masters. He's with Alan Curtis, he is. James Hook, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, boys. Nice one.
Cheers, Hooky, mate.
And thanks for you guys for listening as well this week. Remember, we'll be back next Monday for more Sportin Wales chat, and you can follow us on all our socials. Just search Sportin Wales. Tell your friends about us and share the love, and we'll catch you next week. Wherever you go, wherever you are, enjoy your Sportin Wales week.
Sportin Wales podcast.
Supported by Dragon Bet.
Your go-to for Welsh sports news and views.